Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel, you beautiful lot, and today we have this 2011 Skoda Fabia, my 2011 Skoda Fabia. That is right, this vehicle is mine. It has been given to me by a family member and it is in desperate need of some love and repair. Now this vehicle only has 27,000 miles on the clock. However, this vehicle, as far as I'm aware, has never been cleaned. Now all it's seen is a lot of town driving. It's very rarely seen any motorway mileage at all, so it is just build up of dirt and grime from around town driving and being left sitting. Now I'll address the elephant in the room before you guys pop it in the comments. Yes, there is a little bit of damage on every single corner of this vehicle, and I will be addressing that at a later date. However, today I'm here just to give this vehicle a good clean. Now today I'm going to be cleaning this vehicle with a range of products from the brand spanking new company, Gloss Fuel. Now also, if you see the inside of the vehicle, it is covered in a good layer of dirt, grime, grit, dust, you name it, it is in there. I'll be doing another video at a later date of an interior clean with the Gloss Fuel detailing products. However, today I'm just using the exterior products on the outside of this vehicle to give it a maintenance style wash. Now, like any good clean, I'm starting off by giving the vehicle a good pre-rinsing just to remove any big chunks of dirt and grime. Now the first product I'll be using today is Gloss Fuel's Citrus Pre-Wash Spray. Now I'll be using this at its strongest dilution of 100 ml of product to 1000 ml of water. That is 100 ml of product to 1 litre of water. Now I'm using it today in one of my pump sprays. Now these pump sprays are designed for brake cleaner. However, I like to use these because once you've pumped them up and filled them up, they just go and go and go forever. You very rarely have to keep pumping these up. You can get around a whole car with absolute ease. Now as I'm going around the vehicle, I can vaguely smell the citrus scent to this coming from the product. Now once I've covered the vehicle in the citrus pre-wash spray, I'm going to let it dwell for around about 2 to 3 minutes. Although it is a cool day, the sun was beating down on the vehicle and you don't want a product like this to dry on your paintwork. Now as I start to rinse it off, I can already see the algae and mould that is on the bodywork of this vehicle just coming away with the pre-wash spray. Now although it is a little bit harder for you to see on the camera the dirt coming off this vehicle, I can see a layer of dirt coming off. However, I have taken swabs on a makeup pad of the dirt that was on the vehicle after the pre-rinse, pre-wash to the snow foam, and I'll show you how much dirt has been removed after each stage after we've snow foamed the vehicle. Now we're moving on to Gloss Fuel's pH neutral snow foam. Now you can see this is one of their refill packs. It hasn't come in a bottle. This is a refill pack. You'd buy one of these and maybe you'd pop it into your empty bottle, or you just use it straight out the pack like I am today. Now I've popped 100 ml in my lance and I'm going to top it all the way up. Now I usually would only use 500 ml of product in my lance, so I can get around a whole vehicle with 500 ml. However, today, as well as washing my Skoda, I'm also putting a layer of foam on the Fiat. Now as I go around the vehicle with this snow foam, you can see it is a really nice blanket of consistent foam. It's not overly thick like shaving foam. It's like I always say, double cream. This snow foam is going on with a really nice even coverage. Now the scent of this really threw me at the time. I couldn't put my finger on it. Once I've gone and looked, it has a watermelon scent. Now I'm going to let this dwell for as long as I possibly can. Now if you'd like to, you can go around with your detailing brushes at this stage. I like to leave it to the next stage when I've applied shampoo to the vehicle. I just find sometimes snow foam isn't lubricated enough for my liking. Now after around about 5 minutes, you can still see there is a layer of foam on the car, but it's time for me to rinse it off. I couldn't wait any longer. Now as I start to rinse this foam off, it is coming off the vehicle really easy. Sometimes you get a foam that just wants to linger around on the bodywork and you have to keep rinsing and rinsing and rinsing. This one is coming off with absolute ease. Now the one thing I do like about this was the dwell time. Like I said, after about 5 minutes there was still a good layer of foam on the vehicle. The sun was beating down, although it was a cold day, the sun was beating down on the vehicle and the vehicle was quite warm. Now like I said, I did take swabs of the vehicle prior to the pre-wash stages. So I took one after rinsing, the citrus pre-wash, and I also took one after the snow foam. Now I did it on the same panel at the same height, just so I got an even, consistent result all the way through, and these are results on your screen now. Now after the pre-rinse, you could see there was a thick layer of dirt and grime and nastiness on the vehicle. After the citrus pre-wash, you can see most of that has been eradicated by that citrus pre-wash, and then after the snow foam, you can just see a little bit more, maybe 1 to 2% more dirt was removed with the snow foam. Now on to the wheels and tyres. Now I'm using Gloss Fuel's Citrus Wheel and Tyre Cleaner. Now these wheels are absolutely caked in brake dust, filth and grime. Now I'm spraying it onto the wheel liberally. Now you may notice this trigger head is slightly different to the others. It has a yellow nozzle on the end, a yellow trigger and a yellow collar. Now this is like a foaming trigger for the product. So when you spray it on, you get a nice blanket of foamy product onto the wheels and tyres. As you can see, as I'm starting to scrub, that foam is turning brown. It's drawing that dirt and grime out of the tyres. Now once I've let that dwell as instructed, I'm going to grab myself a detailing brush and I'm going to go around and agitate the product on these wheels. Now to my surprise, you may see the dirt is lifting with this detailing brush and this product with absolute ease. This took me massively by surprise. Now once I start to rinse this wheel off, you'll see how much dirt and grime this wheel cleaner has removed. Remember, this wheel has probably never ever seen a clean since the day it was first bought back in 2011. Now that is 27,000 miles worth of road grime, dirt and brake dust. Now just to make sure it wasn't just a fluke, I've gone round to the other side of the car. This wheel was even worse with baked in dirt and grime, and I'm going around exactly the same as I did on the other side. You can see that dirt is just lifting up with absolute ease. That wheel is shining like a new penny, minus a few scratches and dings and dents. Now once the wheel is clean, I'm moving on to Gloss Fuel's Iron Fallout Remover. Now once I started to spray this product, immediately I noticed the scent. It had a cherry scent to it. I couldn't smell any of that nasty scent you usually get from an iron fallout remover. However, one thing I did notice, I let this dwell for around about 3 to 4 minutes and I didn't notice any of that purpling you usually get from a fallout remover. Now this could be down to the fact that the vehicle didn't have that much iron contamination on the wheels, where they've never really got hot enough for that iron to embed into the wheel itself. So I will revisit this product at a later date on my vehicle, where I know it should come in contact with a lot of iron contamination. Now once the wheels are clean, we're going to move on to the gloss enhancing shampoo, and again this is one of those 1 litre refuel packs. If you have an empty bottle at home, you can always top your bottle up, or again you can use it straight out the pack like I am today. Now on the back it says to add 35ml to 20 litres of warm water gloss enhancing shampoo into my bucket, and I've also added 35ml into my snow foam can and topped it up with 400ml of water just to spray a layer of shampoo onto my vehicle, just so I can go around with my detailing brushes just to get in all those nooks and crannies, and also to help cool the paint work down, ready for the contact wash. Now if you did want to use this shampoo with the lance applied method, you can see quite clearly that 35ml of product in your lance would be enough. However, today I am using the 2 bucket method. Now again, remember I've only put 35ml of product into 20 litres of water. Now this shampoo does feel really nice and slick. It's not the most sudsy shampoo, but it is nice and slick. and it feels really well lubricated as I'm going round the vehicle. Now, although it wasn't the most sudsy shampoo, you can see by the time I've got round the vehicle, the panels on the other side are still wet, and it's time to rinse the shampoo residue off. Now remember, this is a gloss enhancing shampoo. Now this is a hydrophilic shampoo, not a hydrophobic, so you won't see those little tadpole beads coming away from the vehicle. What this does, you'll notice that the water will kind of stick to the panel and start to sheet off. Now gloss wise, the vehicle is looking nice and glossy after using this shampoo. Now next up, I'm using their gloss enhancing drying aid. Now it says to add 50 ml of product into 500 ml of water. Instantly as I started spraying it onto the vehicle, you can see that the bodywork of this vehicle is becoming hydrophobic. Now it also says to make sure you avoid your windscreen. You may notice I haven't. That is because after I'd finished washing the vehicle with the gloss fuel products, I did go over the glass with a glass polish and add a glass windscreen sealant to it. Now as I started to rinse the vehicle off, I could see the hydrophobic properties working. Now it wasn't the most hydrophobic drying aid I have used, but it did work. It was hydrophobic and the water was leaving the panels of the vehicle, and all I had left to do was just go around and mop up any water that was left over with my drying towel. I'm using the 1500 from the rag company. This is an absolute thirsty beast of a drying towel. Now once the vehicle was dry, I had noticed I'd left a few water spots around the place, so I'm now going to hit it with Gloss Fuel's Quick Detailer. Now you may notice I have over applied it to this panel. That's because I wasn't looking at what I was doing, I was paying attention to the camera. Now I'm going to spread it out with this microfiber towel. Now this is a long pile microfiber towel, and although it spread out, it did feel a little bit grippy and grabby, and again when buffing it off, it felt a little bit grippy and grabby. It didn't feel smooth and slick like I would like. And I thought maybe I'd over applied it, so I popped around to the passenger side wing and applied a quick spritz, and again went over it with the same microfiber towel, and it felt very, very similar. So I went back to the bottle, had a quick read, and it says use a short pile microfiber towel. So I went to the passenger door of this vehicle, tried it with a few squirts of the Quick Detailer and a short pile microfiber towel, and that's it. It was cracked. It felt really easy to spread out, and it felt really easy to buff off. So if you are using this, don't make the same mistake I did. Use a short pile microfiber towel. Now all was left is to go around and do the final details. The glass cleaner is a glass cleaner. There's not a lot you could say about a glass cleaner. Did it work? Yes. Was it easy to use? Yes. Did it have an overbearing strong smell like some glass cleaners do? No. Would I use it again? Yes. Now once I've gone round the entire vehicle, making sure to clean every single piece of glass on it, I'm going to move on to conditioning tyre serum. Now I'm applying it to a foam applicator. I'm going to apply it to the clean face of this tyre. Now these tyres were a little bit damaged, where I'm guessing they've been scrubbed against the curb so many times. So the first application just soaked into that tyre, and it says on the bottle, after you've let that dry for around about 5 minutes, give it a second coat if is required. And after the second coat, you can see it's left a nice deep OEM satin finish. You can see the darkening effect from the tyre serum. You can see it's given a nice satin finish. That is this 2011 Skoda Fabia that has seen better days, been given the once over with Gloss Fuel detailing products. And as you can see, the finish is like night and day, with all that dirt removed with the pre-wash products, and that gloss enhancing shampoo, drying aid and the Quick Detailer have left this vehicle looking shiny, clean, glossy, mould and algae free. Guys, I've been the Hairy Housewife. This has been my new daily driver. These have been Gloss Fuel's detailing products. You guys have been great, and I'll see you all again very soon.